Hi, how are you? Welcome to the Jerry Hinkle program, the very first episode. Tonight we are being brought to you by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. That's easy for me to say, huh? Oh, but guess what? I was going to drink this, but I have to share it with Whitney. It says so right there on the label. So Whitney, if you're watching, and I know you will be, you and I, we got to share this. It says so right there on the label. Okay. Now, we'll talk about that later. Anyhow, a few things that I want to talk about. On the Holabird Advocate Facebook page earlier, I made Rory Nelson, a 1-year-old boy from out west somewhere. He was our Holabird Advocate Person of the Year for 2014. A lot of people might not know who that is. The people who need to know who he is know who he is. His parents know who he is. And they are the people who brought his story to my attention. It seems that he was born premature and had all kinds of breathing issues. And I've been kind of following that story. And he just turned a year old not too long ago. And it's been kind of an uphill climb from what I've been able to glean. And I've been kind of following his story and praying as one does. And he made it through. And I thought, with all the, courage that took, and he probably doesn't even know that he's at 1 year old. What do you know about courage? It turns out he knows quite a bit. And I thought of all the people that I could be honoring this year, and I usually honor politicians, which some people say is not an honorable profession anymore, but I thought we could honor Rick Weiland, because it took a lot of guts for any Democrat, let alone a two-time loser like he is, to run for an office that was pretty much his to lose. We all knew somehow in the back of our mind that Mike Rounds was going to win that election, to be perfectly honest. And so, okay, we could honor Rick Weiland, kind of a, you had the courage, you had all this, you just didn't have the votes. Okay, we could have honored Dusty Johnson, because he had this great position. A lot of folks thought he was going to try for something higher, and he surprised a lot of people. Not really me. I knew that eventually he would do this, but he left public life. It was all over the news here in South Dakota that he was chief of staff of Governor Dugard's office, and he decided to take a position in the private sector in order to spend more time with his family. And he's a very devoted family man. I saw him just the other day, as a matter of fact, and I was thinking, how am I going to arrange for an accidental meeting so that I could kind of talk to him, feel him out about all of it? And while I was thinking up this brilliantly diabolical plan to accidentally run into Dusty Johnson, he come up to me and started a conversation. Now, isn't that something? Sometimes the Lord gives you what you want, even without asking for it. But that was a pretty good deal right there. And so I talked to him a little bit about that. And I'm not going to go into too many details about all the things we talked about. But I have to say, in all conversating, he kept both of his eyes on all three of his children as long as he could. And when he realized that he couldn't talk to me and watch all three of them at the same time, he cut things short, which, of course, I understand. I was the oldest of three children, and I think everyone with three children knows what that's like, even if they aren't in that kind of position. Okay. And you know, and that took a lot of courage to leave all that power and prestige, and there is quite a bit of it in Pierre. Don't get me wrong. You know, he might, you know, it's no Washington D.C., but it's pretty heady up there, I'm sure. And so well, the long story short, he didn't get the honor either. So, and it was because of the premature birth and all this, that and the kind of rough start that Rory went through. And now, if by chance I find a photo and can, you know, get my legal department to make sure that it's all nice and legal-like, so I can show you what the kid looks like. And he is a cute little fella. Oh, don't get me wrong. He's and matter of fact, well, he had had oxygen tubes in his nose and all that jazz, and they're gone. And so he's really cute now. He's and just a miracle child is what he is. And I have a feeling that the first year of his life hopefully will be the roughest, smooth sailing. From not all of his troubles are gone, because you know we all have. Even I, at 172 years old, have problems as well. 172. There was a leap year in there somewhere. Anyhow, so that's I'm going to give you a little more detail on that, and there'll be more details as events warrant. Anyhow, what else can we talk about? Well, my mom and dad loved my brother Dougie best, but then that's not really news, is it? Everybody that knows Dougie knows that. Dougie, by the way, for those of you, the 2 or 3 of you that don't know, is a deputy state fire marshal, and I'm really proud of the job he's doing, because you know, he hasn't got caught with his hand in the government till. Of course, being a Hinkle, he wouldn't, because you know we like to earn our money. It's the women's we have trouble with, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about that later, I'm sure. Anyhow, that's pretty much all I can talk about right now. So I guess, like Granddad used to say, God be with you and do the best you can. Bye, YouTube. And Whitney, don't forget,